and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to preserve broccoli. These are freshly picked today, and we grow about 30 plants of broccoli, so we get a lot of broccoli coming in at the same time. So naturally we will eat a lot of broccoli with all our meals, but whatever we don't eat, we want to preserve, so we will have for the rest of the year, because the growing season for broccoli is from about November, December until maybe May if we're lucky. So to make sure that we have broccoli all year round, we will preserve it. And we found that the method that works best, and also works, by the way, for cauliflower, is to steam it, to blanch it, and then to freeze it. And freeze it separate on the tray, so that it's easy to take out whatever portions you need. So once the water is boiling, you're going to put in your broccoli. And I cut them into smaller pieces because, you know, that's much easier to freeze them, and also easier to take them out of the freezer. And well, that's how we like to eat them. So you're just going to put on the lid, and you're going to steam them for about a minute only. So the broccoli is done now. It's been 1 minute, and we're going to take and strain it. Okay, so we're straining the broccoli. Just shake it off. Look how beautiful and green it is. And then put it in. And I have to say, homegrown broccoli just tastes really great. I have to say, the broccoli has never been my favorite vegetable. My kids love it, but I love the homegrown. So you're gonna now in the ice, and you're gonna just cool it off. It's not gonna take very long. And then you're gonna whisk it out and put it to dry it off slightly. Okay, I'm gonna take the broccoli out. It's cool down, which is the most important. It has to be completely cold. And if you're doing a lot of broccoli, obviously you do this in batches. That's what I do. I'm putting a towel over it, because dry them off. Because obviously you don't want to have any water on it when you freeze it, because then little ice crystals will form on the broccoli. So while we're waiting for the broccoli crumbs to cool down before we can freeze them, I want to show you that do not throw away the stems and the leaves of your broccoli. Now, obviously, we will pick the big crown, the bulb, and we will leave the plant, because it will shoot up little small broccoli shoots on the side, and you can, as long as you harvest them, and you can do that until it will start flowering, and they will usually give you a lot of more broccoli, which is great. It doesn't work on the cauliflower, but it does work on the broccoli. So for the stems and the leaves of the broccoli, we will save those, because we use those for soup. It is highly nutritional and very much edible, so you don't want to throw away the plant. I always cringe when I see that in my gardening group online. We're like, oh, harvest all this broccoli, and they take off the crown and they rip out the whole plant. I'm like, no, don't do that, and don't throw it away, because it is very edible. So we make a creamy broccoli soup that I will share that recipe soon, because it's my fast soup recipe that my kids love. So what I just do is, and this you don't have to blanch or steam, so I would just freeze these raw. So I would just literally cut them up into smaller pieces. And whenever the stem is a little bit like woody like this, I will not use that, because it doesn't make the best soup. So I would just take that. But any stems that are still like really edible like these, and it easily comes off, then you should definitely save that. But you can see at the bottom, it gets a little bit harder. I won't do that. But the leaves and the top stems, you definitely want to freeze those, okay? So here are the leaves and stems that I cut off. And I will do this on pretty much every plant. That way, we will have things for making broccoli soup, which is, you know, it's a creamy broccoli soup. So it doesn't really need to have any nice crowns or flowers. So that, and I would just freeze it separate, because then after when I freeze it, I can easily take it apart, put it in a Ziploc bag, and then I have, so I can just take out whenever and as much amount as I need. was helpful. So please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and come back and check out the next video. Bye.